Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, depending on what time you're watching this. Welcome back to another day of YouTube. What? Another day of living. We're all blessed to be here today, you know what I'm saying? Today we'll be doing another reaction, you know what I'm saying? I'm dropping it a little late, but only because, you know, the truck driver, the schedule is kind of complicated. Whatever. But yesterday we did Karna, the lore of Karna. All right, today we'll be doing Karna, the Lancer of Red. You know, he's explained his abilities and noble phantasm on the Wisest part 2. But we're just gonna go from right here. Tomorrow I'll be dropping 2 videos. One, I'll be doing a cover song. You know, I challenged my girl because she wants to start singing. And then another one I'll be doing Gilgamesh lore. I'll be doing that tomorrow as well. All right, so question of the day is, who in regular Fate from Fate Last Encore, who is your favorite writer? All right, and I'll tell you, the worst one. I'll tell you right now. For me, it would be from Fate Zero. Writer, I don't know his name, but I think he was so cool because of his first of all, he knew what's up. You know, he wasn't scared to fight. And my man, he was, you know, just big. And my worst writer would be the one from Fate Stay Night because she got whooped instantly. I didn't really know nothing about her, you know what I'm saying? I watched the first and second Heaven's Feel, and yeah, I've seen some of her abilities. She is kind of nice. Don't know who she is still, but because of Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Work, she got whooped too fast, so I was like, nah. Alright, so let's just get right into it. No more talking. Stop talking. Let's go.
Bet you didn't think this video would be out this soon, did you?
Hell no.
But as I said, I'm on break and plan on releasing a whole lot of content. So let's jump right into this video with Karna's abilities and noble phantasm.
My man, look at that outfit. I mean, make them a little bigger, bro. Look how skinny he is. Shit. But I don't know if I remember his noble phantasm, but I know my man's raw.
But first, quick, I forgot to let you guys know last episode that this does cover up to episode 22 in the anime, so if you haven't seen till there, just click off the video.
Look at this.
So, unlike Shakespeare, who had only one noble phantasm and a few skills, Karna is stacked with 4 noble phantasms and more skills than I honestly feel like counting. So let's start with the big guns, his noble phantasms, starting with the most obvious one, his golden armor and golden earrings.
I found that out in the lore.
And Kundala, O son, become armor. You already know that this armor was meant to signify his godlike lineage, but it was his mother who brought it into existence because she had prayed for his son to be born with something that could confirm his heritage, and as such, Karna was born with the armor as part of his body, which you already knew made him invulnerable. Now, if you watched part 1, you know that the god of thunder Indra was able to steal this armor from
God of Thunder, what?
Now, if you watched part 1, you know that the god of thunder...
Oh, look at that. They brought Thor, but this is not the god of Thunder he's talking about. He's talking about
Indra was able to steal this armor from Karna. But you're probably wondering that if it was part of his body, then how did he even manage to rip it from his skin?
Because he's a beast!
Well, for personal circumstances, while Karna was a child and training with the Hindu priests known as Brahmin,
he got cursed.
He made a promise to himself that he would never deny a Brahmin's request. So when Indra had disguised himself as one, Karna knew that he wasn't actually a Brahmin, but just the fact that he had the appearance of one meant that he had to oblige. You know how these heroic spirits are. Once they make a contract, they'll fulfill it to the best of their abilities. But yeah, even though Karna knew that it was a trap, he still released the armor from his body and handed it over. Although the armor was lost during his life, he still carries it with him in the Holy Grail War, and it essentially has the same effects as when he was alive, making him damn near invulnerable. It's a defensive type noble phantasm that protects him from pretty much all damage, whether it be physical or
so that's why that happened. I never understood that.
Around 10% of what it should be. If it was to have a weakness, it would be that it doesn't protect the inside of his body. So when Vlad had fought Karna and spawned the spears inside of him, it actually did a fair amount of damage to him. His next noble phantasm goes...
Why do they do that when they bleed it? over exaggerate on that. Come on, man. Get this together.
Hand in hand with the armor. It plays off of the part of Karna's story in which he receives Indra's spear. The amount of nobility that Karna demonstrated as he handed over his armor, knowing that it was a trap, led to Indra feeling that the only right thing to do was to give Karna...
Oh man, I forgot to say... Oh, I don't own the rights to this video. This video is owned by AniNews. Well, he made this video. It's not. He made this video in AniNews, but I don't own no copyrights. Oh, I might be in big trouble with that one. His content will be, his stuff will be in the link to the description. His video will be in the link description below. All right. I don't know why I forgot to do that. I was just in a rush because I want to hurry up and post this and get this out to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
His spear as compensation. It's known as Vasavi Shakti. O
What?
son, abide to death. A spear that was so powerful that it was said to have never been handled properly, not even by the thunder god himself. The spear and armor tie into the legend that they came from because the spear can only be summoned once Karna permanently strips himself of his armor. So it's gotta be pretty worth it if he's planning on giving up invulnerability to fight with this spear. The power that is normally used in Karna's armor is transferred over to the spear and channeled into one attack only. But my god, is it a powerful attack.
Hold on, wait. Fate, this is Fate Apocalypse? What? I don't remember this.
It's said to have the ability to kill the gods themselves, granting it the title of not only an anti-army, but
Yeah,
also
I don't
an
remember that.
noble phantasm.
Is there another type of Fate Apocalypse, or is there only one? Because I swear I do not remember this.
Which is understandable considering it was a weapon created and used by a god. I had also mentioned in part 1 that this man can literally spawn a sun. And this is exactly what happens when he unleashes this attack.
Man, if he could spawn a son, I would love, even though I know who will win, him to fight the girl, the goddess girl, the Quetta, I don't know her name, Quessa, her. That'd be a good battle.
It's almost as if the only way to survive it is to have a lot of plot armor.
It wouldn't be
and
good
a
because she'll
convenient
win.
noble phantasm handed over that negates almost every attack. But seriously, that's just me being a little bit salty. This attack is supposed to obliterate beasts, shields, fortresses, and bounded fields alike. But if it wasn't for Achilles' noble phantasm that had unique properties, then that fight would have been over right then and there.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that the only thing that counters Karna's noble phantasm is Achilles' noble phantasm. So, in
What's
a
his
way,
noble
you
phantasm?
could say that Karna is even
Now we got
more
another
powerful
video
than
to
Gilgamesh.
watch.
And it's not like Gilgamesh could even pull out this weapon from his gate of Babylon, since it technically never existed in the real world.
Finally!
Karna died before he could ever get to use the spear in battle, so any mention of it is just myth. His third is called Brahmastra Kundala, O Brahma, curse me. And it goes hand in hand with his mana burst skill that puts magical energy into his weapons. This magical energy usually takes the form of flames that can
Just look at that. That is a man of straight confidence, bro. Psh. I do not remember these fight scenes, and I might have to rewatch this because I do not remember none of this.
spawn inside his body and emit outward.
I remember
and
that
transfer to
right
any weapon
there.
That he holds. This noble phantasm increases the range and area that his mana burst skill can affect, as well as provides for a projectile-type explosion that is on the same scale as a nuclear bomb. In order to use it though, Karna would have had to drop his armor and deploy the Vasavi Shakti.
Oh, yeah.
So you won't typically see this unless it's in a final fight type situation. Then there's his fourth, called Brahmastra, O Brahma, cover the earth. Karna opens his right eye, calls upon the god Brahma, and emits what's essentially a Cyclops-style laser beam from it. It's a focused version of his mana burst skill where instead of a
See, look at that. I think that's why they make them so skinny, is because they could do stuff like that. Because if you're a big, I mean, by the time you get this, because look at him. Bro, I don't remember these fights. When was
emitting
this?
flames from everywhere, it's channeled and projected in a small, powerful burst. This attack doesn't work when fighting someone who's stronger than him because, as he was cursed in his legend to die helplessly against an equal opponent, the same curse limits this attack. But considering that there are a few servants that are
That's
actually stronger
stupid.
than
That
him,
curse is stupid.
at least that I know of anyways, then I think he should be fine. Now, what about his other abilities? He has a skill that is directly related to being known as the hero of charity. It's called the discernment of the poor, and it lets him determine the true character and motives of other people. So that's an interesting fact to know,
Wonder Woman's
considering that
lasso?
this lets him see right through Shiro's lies and deception, and determine what his true plans are. Meaning that if Shiro truly had sinister intentions, then Karna most likely would have done something about it. Simply put though, it's a built-in lie detector, and it comes from his years of observing the people of the lower class that he was brought up with. Yet another example of how the legends mold the servant. Then it's not like Karna needs it, but he also has magic resistance as a standard for any Lancer class. He also has the riding skill, much like many of the other Knight class servants. Then he has what's called
Look how slow my man rode over. Look.
who has the riding skill, much like many of the other Knight class servants. Then he has what's called
Come on, man. He rolled over too slow. That means those spikes was coming at him too slow. Psh.
uncrowned martial arts, which makes his skill and ability seem weaker than it actually is,
That's
unless
it.
his true name is determined. I think that's more of a skill for the game, so not really relevant
Phoenix
to the
Flower
anime,
Jutsu.
considering that he just freely introduces himself as if he cares whether or not people know his true name. The man just wants to throw hands in a fair fight for the ages. Now, all these skills and abilities are nice and all, but if his master wasn't Shiro, the amount of magic that would be needed to sustain any type of fight would be monumental. It's mentioned that a top-rate mage wouldn't even be able to keep Karna's basic mana burst skill activated from...
That's actually good information. Just letting you know how really powerful he is. You can't just have no basic ass person being his master. You know what I'm saying? If I was his master, he would have enough power to take on to summon 4 suns. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. Yeah.
More than 10 seconds. I'm not entirely sure how viable Karna would be in a normal Holy Grail war, but it's still interesting to consider how each of these servants fit into their role in the show so conveniently. It's like putting together the pieces of a puzzle. Because if you bring in someone as OP as Karna, you gotta bring in...
So let me know down below, what's the difference between the regular fates and the fate apocalypse? Because he said in normal Holy Grail war. I know this is not a Holy Grail, this is a grand war, something like that. But just let me know what's the difference. I love to learn stuff from you guys. You guys teach me a lot,
someone who can support his existence. And if you don't plan on having him win the war, then you have to bring in someone who can counter him. Anyway, that's Karna's capabilities in a nutshell. We pretty much got to see it all in action in episode 22, so I think if you were to watch that fight over again, things would make a bit more sense, since we never really got anything explained to us in terms of Karna's story.
How did he die?
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want...
Yeah, I gotta watch this. I gotta watch this Fate Apocalypse, because a lot of these fights I never seen before, and I'm thinking like, why did I never see it before? You know what I'm saying? But that's it, you guys. That's Karna, the Lance of Red, explained his abilities and noble phantasm. I didn't know he had more than one noble phantasm and nothing like that. Alright, but that'll be it. Like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys want me to react to next. Thank you.